Hello and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. In the last episode, we left off in the middle of a class trial. Normally, I don't like to do that, but seeing as how I was limited on time, I kind of needed to. He must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. I don't quite honestly remember exactly what is being presented, but I think we're about to be crossing the threshold of Sakura swallowing the poison, which I'm still trying to figure out. So, did Sakura just drink powder? Is that what I'm supposed to choose to believe? Because I'm still confused about that, because how would have... I'm thinking it's Hina, but I really hope it wasn't, that got the poison from the powder, or from the case, accidentally spilled one on the way out, gave the powder to Sakura, and then returned, and then there's gonna be yellow powder on the underside of Hina's shoes. But I would think that it would be a drink for Sakura, otherwise she wouldn't be able to do anything about it. So it would be like water and the poison, but then how would the powder on top of Sakura's shoes get there, is what I'm trying to figure out. Maybe she really did just consume straight powder. Maybe she was just that out of it from being hit on the head twice by glass bottles.
What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see
who's stopping him.
It was me.
No! Oh, no.
The footprints. They're mine.
Oh, Hina, please, please, please tell me that this is just like the same situation as the other two, that this is just a confession, that it's not actually you. Oh, God, please just let this be a non...
Hina?
I hope. Like... Okay, so... This was a speculation of mine before we go any further. Maybe, just maybe, someone purposely already swapped out the stuff before Hina had a chance to grab the right things. And she's technically not the blackened because she didn't intend to kill. Please.
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Sneakers, huh? The only people wearing sneakers here are... Makoto and Hina. I guess that would be the main reason why he asked me if they were my shoes. And I don't think I've ever seen anybody's feet. I mean, I guess I could see them out in the hall, but...
I got it!
I guess that's about it.
Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
These footprints must be... Makoto. Are they yours? No! Okay. Then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
So honestly, what other shoes are people wearing? I would think Byakuya is like wearing like dress shoes, but I don't know about anybody else really. I think Sakura was wearing like school-provided shoes.
Just me. Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you?
Yeah.
This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
I'm thinking Sakura was smiling because in the end, even Hina didn't trust her. So Sakura kind of just accepted the fate.
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
I really hope there's something wrong with this.
Is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then...
Hold it! I'm not convinced.
Please!
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
Why though? I don't even have anything. I'm literally just along for the ride at this point now.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Oh, it was Sakura, you stupid bitch! It wasn't even Hina that did the locked room. Sakura just didn't want her to be found so Hina could live.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
I'm also still wondering about the glass is the issue.
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well... that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
That was... I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
I mean, I guess, but there's also the fact that, like, the footprints just stop after a certain point. It goes to it, and then it leaves. Like...
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Did you want to be found out so both of you could die?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail?
Oh, please. Oh, thank you. If you're doing this, that means there's hope for her. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe she really did kill her. I don't know.
Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
If she went immediately there, that would mean that we would see it go from C to A, but it looked like it went straight to A from, I think, the door.
Yeah.
But if that's true, isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. Okay, Makoto. He's getting a little bit high on his britches, but if it's for Sakura's sake. Footprints in the powder, chem lab shelf, source of the powder. Okay. Me thinks it's the footprints.
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Hina's gonna say she went straight
When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
to A.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powders.
That was probably it, but
Once I was done
Need to check.
switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
Okie dokie. I know where it is. In the chem lab. Where were the footprints and what direction were they facing? Those facts clearly contradict what Hina just told us. Okay, where is it?
That's when I grabbed the and he spilled some of the yeah.
Dropped it
And then?
right here?
I moved from Section C.
Sorry, Hina. Or... I don't really know what to say. Do I say sorry or
said you went
thank
to
you,
get
Hina?
the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well,
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious.
Maybe Sakura told Hina to get the stuff to kill her? Voice crack. But I think Hina can still be... don't know. If it's suicide, does it really... I don't want Hina to die.
The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
So... maybe Byakuya, who swapped it earlier, because he said it wasn't like that earlier.
Well, you see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
Oh. So now he really is scared that he'll get found out. You!
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account. Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Okay, what is this new
Are
evidence?
you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Huh? A piece of glass. So, okay. I wasn't sure of whether or not this was actually a possibility because of all this poison. I didn't know if Sakura had also swallowed glass on the way down, resulting in her to vomit blood. Because I don't know what can possibly go on inside of a human body after swallowing poison, because I can't experience that! But I know for a fact that if I accidentally cut my hand with glass, I know that it'll happen the same way with, my throat.
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Sure.
Huh? Me?
Oh, my just desserts are starting to rise.
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
A shard of glass, of light blue glass Kyoko found in the bottle of poison. I just don't know how she would have drank it, though. Like, how it would have gotten into Sakura's drink is the issue. And how, I don't know. I think I remember now. I broke something this same shade of blue. The rec room window. Yeah, that would be it, but how did that kill Sakura? Because did the window get replaced? And shouldn't Byakuya technically get... Although... it's not... I don't know.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us...
Where was it? The bottle of... Where was it? The bottle of poison should have been... Where was the bottle of poison? Where the bottle of poison should have been... Jesus, this sentence is broken in my head. Where was it? The bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window. According to what Hina told us, it should have been in Section A on the shelf.
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina?
So maybe Hina actually did try to kill Sakura, but... like... this flow is starting to catch me off, so this is just me along for the ride right now.
Yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Nina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there.
Oh, wait. So does that mean he stopped the poison from entering his mouth with the glass? Is that... No. Wait, hold on. What? The protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there.
That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked?
I know that the can was on top of the glass. I've kind of gotten lost in this, actually. Like, it's gone a little bit back and forth in my head.
We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that.
Okay, maybe this will clear it up for me.
But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
I mean, we technically would have because it was in the way, and we would have stepped on the glass too.
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Plus, it was behind the door, so we would have hit it.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
I wish I had been able to see the entire thing with my own fucking eyes rather than have it spelled out like this, but oh well.
Oh, come on! How can you say that?
I could have looked around before Hino went to go get everybody.
How can you know what I don't know?
The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened. The glass, empty protein can, that's, it's probably gotta be the empty protein drink. Hold on, let me look at this evidence.
When it
Let me, just so I can confirm, empty protein drink. The shards of glass from the window that were broken were both found around and underneath. Yep, okay. So this is technically part of it. Gotcha. When it comes to that protein can...
There's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
I have to look for contradictions.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room
was unlocked, and that was the final sentence, so I didn't mind breaking that one.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
She is a very smart cookie.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, It only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
So then it would be his shoes. But why? Did they all, like, orchestrate this together, including Hina? So it was literally just Kyoko and I that weren't a part of this? But the one that will get the due diligence done to them is gonna be Byakuya because he did the final thing?
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing.
How the room was locked?
We need to establish who exactly
Nope,
got the
okay.
poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. It had to have been Sakura, right? Because she had the powder on her shoes. Are her feet smaller? Her feet did look kind of small in those school shoes.
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself?
So, if this is suicide, can anybody be found guilty, or does this trial get called off? And will Monokuma allow that?
What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
So then what made Hina admit to a bunch of stuff that she has no, like, nothing of, no knowledge of, like, zero?
You're lying! Stop lying!
Like, why?
Why? Why would you lie like that?
No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. Kyoko already showed me the evidence I need. Now I have to hit Hina with it. I have to make her accept it. This is gonna be a bullet time battle, isn't it? Yep.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking!
She doesn't want to admit that there's a possibility that Sakura killed herself. Final strike.
Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
I only have one bullet.
Should prove it.
The yellow powder on her shoes.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled.
So, Hina and Sakura were together?
So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura.
Okay, I mean, I guess, I don't...
And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing.
Okay.
Which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instead. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place?
Right.
The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison!
Why, though? Why are you saying that, though?
Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
The one that killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura and the poison. The unsolved mystery of the locked room. There's only one way to explain it. Select someone. It would have to be Sakura herself. Wherever she is.
Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What?
Oh, okay, so you are literally just right then and there. So, in the... Are we gonna see the victim and culprit as one thing in the comic book?
The killer was Sakura?
Yes.
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly!
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because, of course, Byakuya created the locked room in secret. Sakura wanted to create the locked room. Monokuma forced her into the locked room. It would be this one.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath.
She smiled as she did it.
And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina?
Okay, so that's how the steps went in. Okay, now I understand.
You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you?
But when did she...
When we found her body,
Oh.
you stayed right there near the door.
Right, yeah. I completely forgot that she would have had an opportunity to do that. That's why, yeah. Good memory, Kyoko.
Because you already knew Sakura was dead.
Because you could see the poison. You had an objective to get it out of
And
there.
because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
I don't know, Kyoko kind of looks a little bit distraught. Like
And
she
the
has
more I
some
think
sort
about
of
it,
sensibility.
The more I realize how unusual your actions were.
Yeah, because I thought you would bust out crying. But I thought it was awkward when we first got there. And I had suspicions of Hina from the very beginning as to why she was acting like that. And I was really, really hoping that it wouldn't be the case. I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it?
Yep, because it took a while.
Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, You gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I got everyone. Ogre! Oh, so she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed. I see.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed.
And this is the main issue with playing a 2D game that doesn't allow you to see shit as it goes on.
You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
Yep. If anything, she probably would have just continued to, like, just hold her. Like, inconsolable.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is! Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
We have to end this properly with a comic book. Okay, Sakura sent the note to everyone, including Byakuya, wherever it is. There we go. Shitty little grin. Toko went first. I don't know if that's going in or out. Maybe this was the issue. Maybe this is an issue with, splitting this part up into two different situations. She hid in the locker. She could see through the locker. Hold on. Is that going... I still can't tell if that's going in or out. I'm thinking that's out. Offered a piece of candy to Hiro. Grabbed one of these fucking things. Smacked Sakura upside the head. That would be with the queen piece. Apparently, that's what that says. Oh wait, no, that's the knight. Never mind. It would be that one. You have to pay attention explicitly for some of these. Wrote Toko because of anger. Fled the scene. You came out. Saw what had been done. Put that upside down. Ended up seeing Sakura. Fainted. Turned to Genocide Jill. Where's... Broke it with the queen. Cleaned it up. Sakura then woke up. Accepted the fact. Huh. Went to the chem lab to get that. Took it. Damn, there's actually quite a bit that's like missing from like here. Also, I love the way that Genocide Jill runs. Like there's no like effort from like the knees up, but it's all in the knee down. We get there, we see that. Oh wow, so okay, I was wondering. I didn't even really notice that Sakura was gonna be there. So it was gonna be Hina that was hidden. Hina saw that. Hold on, which one did I put here? Okay, yeah, it was Sakura holding it. Yep. Yep, that's not important. That seems good, and it's just these two. That should be right, I think.
The killer is you!
Wait, the killer is Sakura.
This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else, and looked around for a good hiding spot.
What? No, I didn't lay out the reasoning right. I need to rearrange the events of the case. Are you serious? She's sweating in that one. Come on. Ah, you're joking. Okay. That sucks. Seriously, how are you supposed to tell the fucking difference? I should have put that back there when I had the chance. I'm dumb. That's so dumb. Well, I mean, she's also sweating here. She's just a naturally sweaty girl, I guess.
Exactly what happened.
Like, how are you supposed to know the fucking difference?
But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else, and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight.
I'm still pissed.
Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro.
I love how Sakura's just relaxed and just one arm out.
When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked.
Which I'm still trying to figure out how he got so far spun around with all the glass bottles and everything, but oh well.
Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it.
I mean, this one's also a bit unfair because, like, if you're not overtly paying attention like I was to make sure that I got the right one, that one's also going to cost you a point.
Thinking he killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted.
I mean, now that I think about it with the fucking pieces, no one knows what order that they use them in. They just grab two random bottles. And in the end, the pieces just end up on the floor scattered around.
This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack.
Also, where did the queen end up going?
When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence.
Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about
She
that.
gathered
Yeah.
up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece.
Yeah. Which just so happened to be hers, somehow.
And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive.
That's my girl.
So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath.
So, she was gonna kill herself in front of those three, is what I'm supposed to believe? Like, she had already gotten the poison, and she was going to drink it in front of them? Maybe it was to get their trust. Albeit...
Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside.
I love Makoto's reactions because it is genuine concern for others.
But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide.
Did you guys talk about any of this?
And
I mean, she probably would have
same
stopped,
someone
yeah.
quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground.
Hence the reason why she also would have locked the room.
And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion.
I love Genocide Jill, or maybe Toko at that point, I don't remember which, in the background of the top left image.
And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina.
But she's still not blackened. She just disrupted the thing. She's not the murderer.
That's the full truth of the case.
So, nothing's gonna happen to her, right? Right?
Sakura took her own life.
We're not gonna see her body, like, crucified, are we?
And you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated.
I mean, it's not calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. It's just the facts. Just...
That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case.
He seems very factual, so I don't understand... I don't know.
See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Okay, yeah, I guess so. So, what now? Did I get a B rank in the beginning? I probably did. I don't know. Hey, I got an A somehow. That very first one in the very beginning, I probably should have gotten like a C. Honestly. Hey, 99 Kuma coins.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You voted for what, though? The killer?
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I'm still trying to figure out what we're actually supposed to vote on. Like, the killer was Sakura, but the way that he's talking almost implies that we're supposed to vote for Hina somehow. My adrenaline went through the roof.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence!
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet you... Why did you do that?
Don't be mean!
Yeah! We almost died there! I don't know where that voice came from. Because... that's exactly what I wanted! What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why.
You should have been the one to die.
I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean... you were gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes. I'm sorry, sorry, getting into character actually helps out a lot. Fuck. Sorry. I think that's literally the second time I've ever cried on camera. Oh well. I've definitely teared up before in delivering the lines, even from this, but like that's the first time that like it's actually just like fallen. For serious? That's...
What is this?
You still don't understand. Let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this! Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's... I found it on the ground, in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I have to suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now, you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me.
I can't forgive this!
My closest friend got hurt. Sakura. Because of me. My friends are going to kill each other. We're all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault. Which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked me to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't! Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just want to talk to them.
But...
Talk about... what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you...
Hina.
Please, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
They're friends.
So, literally the last redeeming person I wanted to talk to. Because I was stuck with Hiro while you were being cancelled in my daytime activities. Sakura... She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
Yet... You trampled all over her feelings. And then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was? Seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
Why?
That's how far you'd pushed her.
Huh?
Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
You came. Wait right here. I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
So glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
Can I ask you to? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. So while she went to get the protein, that's when she drank it. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realized... I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please.
Open the door, let me in!
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That weakness... That's normal. That's weakness. I misspoke. And yet...
Why?
You all blamed her. I tried to protect her and I suffered for it. And that just added to the way she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. Hina. We killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray? You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. And even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but...
Hey!
It's just taking so long! I'm about to fall asleep over here! I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What do you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking. That's her and me.
In other words...
Well, What I'm really trying to say is...
Yes, indeed.
Don't you think the entire foundation is... shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already...
Too bad.
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby. I don't like how you can, mess with crime scenes as well.
It's true.
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put it in her room. Oh. So they wouldn't have had time to go... maybe.
Huh?
What? Then... You... lied to me?
Unbelievable.
Oh, don't say lie! It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now.
I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. I mean, I guess so. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it! You filthy little... I'm not filthy! I didn't do anything! Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone! You were the ones jerking each other around! Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. Okay, and... scene. Cut!
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked! For the benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey!
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
But hold on.
And isn't it just too unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, geez. Talk about a buzzkill. All right, here we go.
My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
I like your room, Sakura. Oh, you don't continue reading? It was our first night in this strange school that the Mastermind came to see me. I had a feeling you were recruited after. God damn it.
You see, the Mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
Wait, hold on. This was the first night, right? Did we ever discover this, the DVDs on the first day? Did we discover the... Maybe. I don't remember. You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for 300 years. For over 300 years, damn.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the Mastermind.
And what the Mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. What neither the Mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The Mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying desperately to stay alive, so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the Mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
I love you, Sakura. That's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her.
I wonder if that was what her secret was before on the card. Or the things with Mondo and Chihiro.
Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic. Or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me, which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The Mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else. I wonder why they chose to go back and forth between having her read it and not read it. It's weird.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I had an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the Mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the Mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. So, what does that mean? Monokuma will respect... Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel concerned? She didn't die hating us?
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting to protect us?
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much. No normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. Okay, there goes that out the window of having talked at all. I'm really, truly sorry. But please, don't be sad. If I can't thwart the Mastermind's plan, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please, talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
This is... I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still...
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless.
Uh-oh.
She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other. But you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling, the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided.
What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Huh?
Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well,
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either. Whether or not there was a spy, that never really mattered. Because the one we need to destroy is you. Nobody else.
What? What do you want?
What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other.
He's absolutely right about that.
Ah, lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you?
This is a life or death elimination game. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game. What?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me repeat
There's
myself.
no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. So you're going to be punished. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it.
What's going on here?
Now, I have only one thing to look forward to.
It's all clear now.
And that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does this mean... Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism. If that's what you're thinking.
Wherever Master goes, I go. And if the Mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I catch on fire. Everyone!
Hey,
Well, now can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning?
How boring. But nothing good can come out of this. I'm still going to be the one having the fun time!
what the heck?
The fun time?
Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track!
You want me to punish you guys?
It's the moment you've all been waiting for! Punishment time! Wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead.
You're not gonna... Is it me?
Wrong.
Oh, heavens no! Just because the Blackened is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever old student I want! Didn't I tell you, I'm very particular about the bear times one rule.
Listen up.
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a waste. It'd be a shame to let it go to waste.
Yoo-hoo!
So for my special punishment, I've prepared a special guest.
A special guest? Is this gonna be the ultimate luchador?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
I kinda got it when I did it. Oh, God! Having to think that Chihiro's gonna die twice. What the hell is up with that, Monokuma? Excavator Destroyer. Okay. At least this one's a bit humorous. But I mean, we started... What the? We started to see... Oh, you son of a bitch. Just as we started to see Alter Ego as a human. Wow. Oh. After that death, I feel it's necessary to end it there. We can have our reactions later. And there goes our last bit of hope. Really. I wonder if the Mastermind / Monokuma did find out about Alter Ego because of the connection, or if that ultimate luchador, which I'm still wondering if that's even a person, because did we... Let's see. We saw Sakura meet with Monokuma in the chapter for Mondo... No, not Mondo. Taka, Hifumi, and Celeste, right? At the very, very start. Or the end of the murder right before that? I don't really remember. It's been a while. Oh well. I'm gonna leave this... I'm gonna leave this here. So... I don't know if Chihiro, or Alter Ego, is technically supposed to be the 16th student, or if the Ultimate Luchador, which I don't even know if is just another one of us, is still, like, a student, which I think is just, like, you win, but you're, like, the #1 spot for the next coming in class, or something like that. I don't know. And, like... I don't know. I'll just have to wait and see. Alright. Damn. That's that. Hopefully you're looking forward to more. I don't really know how to end these chapters off correctly, so... Lucky you, you got a little bit longer of an episode, so... Thanks for coming out. Hopefully you're looking forward to more in the future. But for now, I'm leaving you with one final message. I'm struggling here. Have a nice day.